I am really angry right now. I'm angry at myself, to be honest with you, because I didn't do what I usually do, and that's take things with a massive pinch of salt and talk about ifs and talk about hypotheticals. I got sucked in. I got sucked in by the stories of Paqueta going on strike and not turning up from a lot of reputable accounts. That's usually writing a lot of things. It was being wildly reported. And what I usually do is you come on here, we comment on stories, and I say, well, if this has happened, if it's happened, then he's a disgrace. If it's happened, then we need to get him gone. And I didn't do that this time because now a lot of the same accounts are reporting the opposite. Now, does this mean that he's definitely not gone on strike? No, just as much as the other reports didn't mean he definitely did not go on strike. It's all a big mess. No one knows what the hell is going on right now. But I'm hoping that the latter reports are true. Ah, it's just West Ham right now, mate, and the media. But like I said, I'm annoyed at myself because I really got swept up in it, in the emotions of it, and the anger at the idea that Paqueta could go on strike, and yeah, I let myself get carried away, and yeah, I'm annoyed at myself for that because again, like a few days later, it comes out contradicting the other thing, and now I feel stupid, because it might not be true. But I got so absorbed and sucked into the story, with everything that's going on at the club right now, the mess, all the negativity, all the bad stuff. It's just you just feel like, yeah, here we go again. This is West Ham. We've seen it before. Let me just get to the point, and then I can go and beat myself over the head about it. But it's a lot of the same accounts are saying that, yeah, he's back in training. Apparently, he is pushing for a move to Flamengo, which I'm 50-50 about how I feel about that. It's not going on strike, which is a big difference. But he may be in the Spurs team, and apparently, he's the people around him. His team of people are saying that he had a back injury. After all, this is his team, and he might be in the Spurs game. But apparently, the day that he didn't go to training like no one was in training. I did hear that some people was going work to one stuff, but where this has come from and why, I don't know. Now, I've seen some people say, well, it's Sullivan's, people are falling for Sullivan's lies. And I said this yesterday on the phone-in show, and I still can't fathom, like, if this is a Sullivan lie and not just second, third, fourth hand information, and Sullivan said, right, I'm going to leak to all these sites and accounts and journos that Paqueta is going on strike and push for a move. Like, what benefit does that have to Sullivan? Because if that's the case, he can do it about anyone. Is it that he wants to sell him and he thinks it's going to help him sell him? I don't see how that's the difference. Because why doesn't he do that on every player he wants to sell? Like, I I wouldn't say, unless someone give me a really good reason for what Sullivan has to gain for lying about Paqueta not being in training. I think it's just because one of the accounts is closely connected with Sullivan that's reported it. People go, "Well, it's a Sullivan lie." Like everything, I don't think everything he says is Sullivan. Like a lot of it is, well, they've reported that, so we'll jump on it and then we'll carry it away. Like these Flamengo accounts have reported it, and obviously they've got something to gain. Maybe it's a Flamengo thing, maybe it's an agent thing, unsettled unrest. That could be it. Um, so we'll see if he is a part of the Spurs game. The back injury stuff, like I said, back injuries. Whenever I hear, I mean, I'm not saying no player never has a back injury, but it's always a red flag to me because, like Nicky said, you can't check for that. You can say, oh, I've got a back injury, and I have to go, oh, you can't play, my back's hurting. So we'll see, but really, I should have give Paqueta a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt, to be honest with you. Um, and just waited to see and then talk about, well, if he's done this, he's a disgrace, not he is a disgrace. So yeah, I do apologize to Paqueta for that. If it turns out that he has gone on strike and he's doing it, then I'll rescind that, obviously. But as it stands, we don't know. And I just jumped the gun, and we jumped the gun. And yeah, I think we'll see. Like him actually pushing for a move now. It's annoying. It's disappointing. It's not as bad as him going on strike, but I'm pretty sure he came out earlier on and said, you know what, I'm going to be here for the season, I'm going to help the team and all of that stuff. And now you want to leave. Now you want to, right when we're in the shit, to be honest with you. So that's disappointing, but it doesn't make me as angry as it did if he got on a strike. Like I said, I get players wanting to leave. I get it's crap. We're playing crap football yet again. He wants to go home. The effort, I get all of that. Like, it's fine. Just don't go on strike. So if he hasn't gone on strike and he just would like to leave, then that makes things very, very different. So we'll see on Saturday if he's anywhere near the Spurs side. Apparently the Brazilian transfer window closes in March. So we're going to have this saga hanging over our heads all the way through into March. Our transfer window closes at the end of Jan or Feb 1st, either way. So that'll be good, wouldn't it? Let's sell him in March and not have a chance to bring anyone else in. There's a lot of talk that they've already sort of planned to sell Paqueta, and that money that we will get for Paqueta is paying for Tati and Pablo. That wouldn't surprise me. It's just a big mess. But like I said, I'm really fucking annoyed at myself, man, because I got really sucked in. And I said I usually take all these with a massive pinch of salt, these stories. But when you look at like just so many different accounts, and some of the reputable ones reporting it, then you've got Brazilian accounts like reporting it. Like right now, let's be honest, we don't know what's really going on. But like I said, I should have just gave him a little bit more of the benefit of the doubt. To be honest, like I said, I stand by a lot of things I said in terms of what he's done for us. Like if we sell him, if we sell him and he's not gone on strike and all that stuff, he goes with my, thanks for his time here. Good luck, best wishes, right? But it doesn't change my opinion that he has never been consistent for us. He's never been that guy that his reputation suggests. The way people look at him. I do a lot of content with fans of other clubs, and I always talk about, oh, Paqueta, we want Paqueta, or if you lose Paqueta, or if Paqueta's injured, like as if we're relying on him, as if we're Paqueta FC, as if he carries his team. To have your best season in a West Ham shirt, before goals, 6 assists, and I know GA ain't everything, but it's important, especially when you're in that creative role. It's bad. So I think from a West Ham perspective, I said this like a few months ago, like when a player is just constantly linked with a move away and they want to go, like I just want them gone. Like, so that doesn't change anything. Like, I do want to change. I do want him to move on, just so we can all move on from this saga. He's happy. He's back in Brazil. We're happy because we've got rid of a player that clearly doesn't want to be here and isn't up for the fight. Which he can't be. Like, your head's in Brazil, mate. Like, they're coming out and saying we agreed. Fabrizio Romano said he'd agreed personal terms. Like, even that, like, you're agreeing personal terms, like when there's been no permission to, as far as I can, to talk to Flamengo. So he's pushing this move. And we'll keep on top of it. But yeah, I'm going to try and do what I usually like to do and not jump the gun too much, and take things with a pinch of salt. In other news, we have hired a new member of staff, backroom staff, for Nuno Espirito Santo. They've waited 5 months to give Nuno someone for himself apart from the goalkeeping coach. So they've signed Paco Yemes. He's joined the club, and he's a manager in his own right. Managed many teams. You know, he's managed in Spain, all that. He's Spanish, and I think it's a positive move, and maybe a move too late. Like finally, just giving someone that is experienced as a manager and as a high-ranking coach. Like no disrespect to the backroom staff, the coaches that have been promoted from the academy. No disrespect to them. Love them. They're West Ham. They get the club, but it's not the same as having a proper backroom staff. Like it's not the same. So hopefully that makes a difference. It might be too little, too late. But the talks about maybe if we go down to Championship, they give him more backroom staff, which is great. But yeah, they're not appointing any other backroom staff at the moment. So we just got to hope he makes some sort of difference. He brings some sort of experience that can support Nuno and give him what he needs when it comes to coaching this team, because clearly there's an issue there when it comes to coaching. Like they don't seem like a well-coached team. And like I said, when you ain't got your proper staff, is it any wonder I can't put that all on Nuno if he ain't got his proper staff? So that's something where I have to say, hopefully, that's all I can do is hope. Hope things turn out for the better. Hope that this makes a difference, but it's everything's too late in this club. Like, why wait now? Like, why wait until we're really in danger to then go, all right, now we'll get backroom staff in. So we'll see what's happening. But apparently there's some other reports saying that Lucas Paqueta has made himself available for Spurs and he's unlikely to leave, despite him wanting to leave. People close to him have said that he's unlikely to leave even though he wants to leave. Crazy. Like I would just sell him if his head's not in it, if his heart's not in it. But let's see. Like if he is available, let's see. When there's speculation around him, that's when he comes out and does the business. Like he's going to put in a performance against Spurs. He'll score a goal and he'll do one of these celebrations, right? Or something like that. And then we'll all love him again. So we'll keep up to date with it. Let me know what you think. Where do you fall in on this? By the way, OK Jerseys, do check it out. Send a QR code or check okjersey.com and use code Nikki10 at checkout. Thank you for watching. And we'll be back tomorrow with more updates on transfer news and all this other stuff. But in terms of me and getting sucked into the story, there we go. I'm thoroughly punishing myself for that. So thank you, subscribe, all that good stuff. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.